In the unlikely event, as you are working through your project, that you make a mistake, I know it's unlikely, but you never know. Well, if you do make a mistake, we've seen how easy it is to step back and undo the mistake simply by using the shortcut Ctrl+Z on our keyboard. Or we've also seen how we can run up to Edit and go through the route that way. And additionally, we've seen that we've got an undo and in fact a redo button running across here with all these other buttons. Well, for consolidation purposes, I'm going to go through how we undo and redo our project creation process. And also, I'm going to introduce you to something different, or something new anyway, that we've not looked at so far, and that's the edit history. First of all, let's have a look at what we've got on our timeline. As you can see, we've got these 3 clips, these 3 events. They're not in the correct order for my finished movie, but I just want to show you this for illustration purposes. So, first of all, with my cursor right at the beginning, let me show you what we've got. In fact, this first clip, this first event here, actually features at the end of our song, but we'll get to that as we start building the project. Just have a quick look. I'll hit the play button now. Okay, that's a keyboard section right at the end of the song. I'll move the CTI over to the second clip along our timeline, and funnily enough, this is at the beginning of our song. I'll click play once more. Here we go. And finally, I'll move our cursor across to the third event, and I'll hit play again. Okay, so that's what we're working with at the moment. As I say, these aren't in the correct order, as we've seen and heard. I'm just running through this with you so that we can see the undo and redo in action, and we can access the edit history function. What I'll do first then is I'll randomly make some edits to these events. With the first one here, I'll left click at the end and trim, so that of course it doesn't last as long as it did. But perhaps, as we've seen before, maybe I don't really want to do this. Well, it's very easy, as we remember, to undo this. Run up to Edit, this is one method, and there you'll see the first option down, Undo Size Event. And of course it's only saying size event because that's the last thing that we did. We trimmed away the actual size of that event. You also know that we don't have to come up to Edit and do this. We can use that shortcut there, Ctrl+Z. Anyway, I will click on here to revert back to where we started. And of course now our event reverts back to its original length prior to making that trimmed edit. Well, that's how we undo. And of course we have seen the undo button. Here it is. It's greyed out at the moment. And that's because we can't undo any further because at this stage in our editing history, well, we haven't made any edits. But possibly I want to redo that edit, that trim that I just made. Well, I can do by just moving across to the right to this button, and this of course is the redo button, and if I click on it, of course, that trim that we just made and then reverted back from, well, by clicking on the redo button, that makes that trim active once more. That doesn't stop me clicking the undo button, because now this isn't greyed out, because we've made that one edit to our edit history. And because we click on the undo button there, if I now go up to edit on the menu bar, then undo is greyed out there as well. But just below, you'll see the redo option that allows me to redo that size event, and therefore clicking on it redoes it, as we would expect. Right, that's us making changes in terms of redoing and undoing one step at a time.